Hi, Coach Sean here. What is the alienated parent's responsibility? Well, let's start with what you don't take responsibility for. You don't take responsibility for being psychologically beaten down. You don't take responsibility for being targeted, isolated, lied about, and scapegoated. You don't take responsibility for a narcissist's manipulation of your children's minds. And you damn sure don't take responsibility for being emotionally gang jumped by your own family system while you were fighting for survival. That take part of ownership, part of your responsibility bullshit comes from people who have never lived through coercive control, have never been smeared by a narcissist, especially one with power, have never been psychologically tortured long enough to have their own kids turned against them, and have never been trapped in a trauma bond for decades. It's the same mentality as telling a rape survivor, maybe you shouldn't have worn that. Maybe you should try to understand the perpetrator's point of view. Here's the real responsibility you, the alienated parent, needs to take. You need to take responsibility for healing your own nervous system so you don't die inside. You take responsibility for getting out of the relationship so you don't end up in a grave. You take responsibility for breaking the trauma bond so you can breathe again. And you take responsibility for protecting your own mind from further abuse. That's it. You do not take responsibility for the psychological warfare your ex unleashed on your children. You do not take responsibility for the destruction he or she engineered. You do not take responsibility for the lies he or she fed them while you were barely standing. If you want deeper guidance, my guide on parental alienation is in my bio.